I met Sam through a mutual friend. He used to be my contact person at Hero FM in Nakuru. So actually it's about the time when I released Teren Teren.
I first saw her on TV. She was singing a beautiful song that touched my heart, and I decided to follow up. I knew someone who knew her. I was not sure whether that someone was dating her, so I was a bit cautious. But I later came to know alikuwa tu kijana Viviane wa mkono, niende hii, nichukulie hii, nilete. So I told him, you know, I need to meet this girl. And we organized. I called Viviane, I asked for her number. I called her, she didn't receive. And when she did, she was a bit skeptical about who I am. So I asked her for a meeting, and she said she will call me to tell me when we can actually meet up. Kumbe she was calling that guy to ask, who is this guy calling me? And so I had to get this guy to put in a good word. But that had to come with some exchange of a form of currency.
Oh, so you paid?
I paid for a good word to be put on.
Yeah, but it was just self-protection because by that time my music had already started gaining popularity, and so I would get a lot of people reaching out, and I didn't know who was who and who to trust. So I was very, very careful about the people I'm meeting and the things I'm engaging myself with, because I didn't want to lose track of my career. The second time when he called me, we arranged for a meeting, but it was like a lunch meeting. He had proposed for a dinner meeting. Like, who does that? How can you meet someone for the first time? No, unataka kumpeleka dinner. So, but I said I don't do dinner with strangers. So we did a lunch meeting at a very public place, in case akuwe anataka kuni abduct.
Yaya Center.
Yeah, we did it at Yaya Center. And it was a good meeting. It was very productive. It was very objective. We talked about the music, the brand, his work as a PR manager and as a person who brings up talent, who creates stories for public figures and makes sure that your image as regards the public is put out correctly. And that's really what I needed at that point. To put it briefly, he saw a challenge and made it an opportunity. And that's why we are seated here today.
I had very sincere intentions. I just wanted to meet her, work with her. I was not even thinking about anything else apart from work. But when I laid my eyes on her, my friend, I don't know what happened. I just fell in love, you know. These things just come. I fell in love, I lost it, I lost control. And from there, it was all about a good partnership. And I came to learn that she has a very good heart. It's not what you see. And then the fact that you see her on TV, see her on music videos, and you think she might not have some sort of personality. I came to see she's a down-to-earth girl, very humble, very easy to talk to, and very open, very creative. And the most important is she was super intelligent. I've never been in an engagement or a conversation with someone who challenged me that much.
One thing that really impressed me about Sam is that I was very suspicious in the beginning, but then his actions were very relatable with what he said. So when he said this, that's exactly what happened. And when I'd tell him, I want to come to Nakuru only for 2 days and then I want to come back, he'd make sure that just, you know, so that he doesn't lose my trust. So Yeah, that's something I'd like to applaud him for. Hapo ko sawa.
Pigiwe makofi, pigiwe makofi. Team Boy Child, well represented. When you meet someone of Viviane's stature, of course she was a public figure. There was a lot of people who were also eyeing her, and I think she was at a phase where now she needed a serious person as well, and she needed to actually move on to the next level. So I had to first know her. I needed to know where she came from, her family, her sisters. I had to get more involved with her life, and of course she wasn't easily going to give out her life like that to someone. So it was of a journey that had to be traveled, and it involved a lot of meetings, a lot of dates, a lot of traveling together, and slowly by slowly I came to learn what she likes. I came to learn her passions. I noticed she was very keen on her career. She wasn't interested in jokers, so I had to be very, 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 very straightforward with what I'm doing. And what connected us even more is the fact that we had some of similar passions and interests, especially in regard to music, and the fact that I come from a background of the media, so I knew a few things that she needed in her journey as well. And that kind of brought us closer together. And then I realized she's also very God-fearing. She introduced me to her pastor, and I had now to go to this church, and things from there started now working so well for us. And I think people always have to connect, not just emotionally, but also spiritually, and in terms of thoughts, and in terms of their vision. I first told her that I'm interested in a relationship, and she was still suspicious. She told me I need more time, and I think slowly by slowly she was warming up. It took more than a year before she could fully warm up. Baby, chum, 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 chum,
tonight. I think for me, I was in a space whereby I was really focused on my career, because I had been in a relationship before, and when I started my career and all these things started happening, what I learned as I moved along is that there were a lot of people who are not sincere. And so by the time I was meeting Sam, I was not interested in a relationship. I was focused more on building up, what I want to do, pursuing my passions, and just creating an identity for myself. Because for a long time, I had not done it. And I felt I really had that passion and desire to put myself out there. So by the time I was meeting him, I was not interested in a relationship at all. But I needed someone who came in and was sincere with their actions. Like if they tell me, this and this is what I want to assist you with, and this is what I expect in return. For me to look at that situation and say, okay, this is a deal I'm willing to enter into, or no, I'll just keep looking for other options.